Life today is full of distractions. We're constantly bombarded by opinions, social pressures, endless notifications, and challenges that leave us feeling powerless. But what if I told you that reclaiming your power is not only possible but deeply rooted in ancient wisdom? Stoicism offers timeless techniques for overcoming these modern obstacles, allowing us to regain control and live with greater purpose. Welcome to Why Stoic, where we dive deep into practical Stoic philosophy. And today, we're unlocking the tools to reclaim your power in a chaotic world. Reclaiming your power begins with a shift in mindset, moving away from what we can't control and focusing solely on what we can. This is one of the core tenets of Stoicism. Today, we'll explore how Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, EPICTETUS, and Seneca mastered the art of power over self, and how we can apply their principles in today's complex world. So, if you're tired of feeling powerless, stay with me as we uncover actionable tools to help you overcome modern-day challenges. Principle 1. Power in perspective. Control what you can. One of the first lessons in Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, knowing what is within your control and what is not. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple shift in perspective is empowering because it teaches us to focus on our reactions rather than external circumstances. Let's apply this to modern life. Say you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the congestion, the honking cars, or the delays. But what can you control? Your response. Instead of letting frustration take over, Stoicism teaches us to pause, breathe, and accept the situation. This practice, grounding yourself in the present moment and focusing on your inner state, is where true power lies. Principle 2. Building resilience. Embracing challenges as opportunities. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. According to Stoicism, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius saw obstacles not as roadblocks but as stepping stones. He famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about a time you faced rejection, whether in your career, relationships, or personal goals. In that moment, it's easy to feel defeated. But Stoicism encourages us to flip the narrative. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every setback is a training ground for resilience. When we approach life this way, we shift from victimhood to empowerment. You reclaim your power by seeing obstacles as fuel for your personal growth. Principle 3. Practicing the art of indifference. Ignoring naysayers. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in other people's opinions. Social media is a breeding ground for criticism and judgment. But as Stoics, we learn to be indifferent to external approval or disapproval. Marcus Aurelius taught that the opinions of others are outside our control and therefore irrelevant to our self-worth. Let me ask you this. How often do you let the opinions of others dictate your actions? If you allow others to control how you feel, you're giving away your power. Stoicism teaches us to build an internal fortress, one where our self-worth is grounded in our own actions, values, and decisions, not in the fleeting opinions of others. When you practice this indifference, you liberate yourself from the social validation loop and reclaim the power to chart your own course. Principle 4. Daily reflection. Taking back control of your time. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is daily reflection. Marcus Aurelius would reflect on his thoughts and actions at the end of each day, asking himself if he lived according to his values. In our fast-paced world, taking time for reflection can feel like a luxury, but it's essential for reclaiming control over our lives. Imagine ending each day by asking yourself these questions. Did I act according to my principles today? Where could I have done better? How did I handle challenges? This simple practice builds self-awareness and self-discipline, helping you course correct and live more intentionally. In a world full of distractions, reclaiming even 10 minutes for yourself each night can dramatically shift how you navigate the days to come. Principle 5. Emotional mastery, responding rather than reacting. Emotional mastery is a cornerstone of Stoicism. The Stoics believe that our emotions, when left unchecked, can lead us astray. Epictetus taught that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. In modern life, emotional mastery means learning to respond rather than react. When someone cuts you off in traffic or a colleague snaps at you, Stoicism teaches you to pause and reflect before acting. Is this situation worth your peace? By reclaiming control over your emotions, you're no longer at the mercy of external triggers. You decide how to respond, and in doing so, you reclaim your power. Principle 6. Choosing virtue over convenience, aligning with your values. Reclaiming your power isn't just about managing external challenges. It's about living in alignment with your values. The Stoics believe that a virtuous life is the most powerful life. For them, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance were the ultimate guiding principles. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to cut corners, chase short-term gains, or make decisions based on convenience. But when you prioritize virtue over convenience, you're living with purpose. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Every decision you make in alignment with your values is a step toward reclaiming your power. Principle 7. Stoic detachment, letting go of what doesn't serve you. Another critical Stoic technique is detachment, letting go of things that don't serve your higher purpose, whether it's toxic relationships, unproductive habits, or unnecessary material possessions. Stoicism teaches us to strip away what weighs us down. By practicing detachment, you're not just decluttering your physical space, but also your mental and emotional space. You're reclaiming the power to focus on what truly matters, aligning your life with your core values, and freeing yourself from the noise that clouds your vision. Principle 8. Stoic mindset in the digital age, protecting your inner fortress. In the digital age, reclaiming your power also means protecting your mind from constant distractions and negativity. Social media, 24-hour news cycles, and the overwhelming amount of information can cloud your judgment and leave you feeling powerless. But as Stoicism teaches, you must guard your mind like a fortress. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In the same way, our minds absorb what we expose them to. By consciously limiting our consumption of negativity and taking control of what we feed our minds, we can protect our mental peace. Reclaiming your power in this sense is about being intentional with your time and attention, focusing on what uplifts, educates, and helps you grow. Principle 9. Practicing Memento Mori, harnessing the power of mortality. One of the most sobering yet empowering Stoic practices is Memento Mori, the reflection on our mortality. The Stoics, particularly Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, emphasize that contemplating death sharpens our appreciation for life and motivates us to live with intention. When we understand that our time is limited, it empowers us to cut through trivial distractions and focus on living purposefully. Every moment becomes an opportunity to reclaim your power by choosing how you want to live right now. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. By reflecting on our mortality, we can stop procrastinating and start acting. It's not about living in fear of death. Far from it. It's about using the reality of our finite existence to fuel our drive, to make the most of our limited time, and to focus on what truly matters: our values, relationships, and contributions to the world. Memento Mori reminds us that we don't have forever, but that realization gives us immense power. Each day is an opportunity to align our actions with our values and to live without regrets. It pushes us to be present, to cut out unnecessary distractions, and to fully embrace the gift of life. Principle 10. Practicing Amor Fati, embracing your fate. Another powerful Stoic principle is Amor Fati, which translates to love of fate. This concept encourages us to accept and embrace everything that happens in our lives, both the good and the bad, as necessary and meaningful parts of our journey. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics believe that our ability to find meaning in adversity is what defines our character. Instead of resisting or resenting our circumstances, Amor Fati teaches us to welcome every experience as an opportunity for growth. When we practice Amor Fati, we cultivate resilience. We shift our perspective from seeing challenges as obstacles to viewing them as essential components of our personal narrative. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What happens to you is not only what happens to you, but how you respond to it." This principle empowers us to stop wishing for different circumstances and instead focus on how we can act within the reality we face. It invites us to make the best of any situation and to learn from it, reinforcing the idea that every experience, whether joyful or painful, contributes to our growth. Embracing Amor Fati doesn't mean we ignore our struggles. Rather, we acknowledge them and choose to love our journey, complete with all its twists and turns. By doing so, we reclaim our power to shape our responses and narratives, transforming obstacles into stepping stones. In a world that constantly pulls us in a million directions, Stoicism offers us a roadmap to reclaiming our power. By focusing on what we can control, embracing challenges, mastering our emotions, and living in alignment with our values, we can navigate life's complexities with grace and strength. If this resonates with you, be sure to subscribe and join our Why Stoic community for more wisdom on living intentionally and powerfully. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to reclaim your power. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.